Remember, Bengaluru, which was once lauded for its strategy, now is looking at an alarming rise in the number of cases of coronavirus. In fact, the city witnessed the highest single-day spike in cases with over 2,000 people testing positive yesterday. Remember, Bengaluru was successful in testing the spread of the virus initially using something called as the 4T formula, which was the testing, tracing, tracking and treatment. However, right now, we're looking at a high number of cases that are reported from the city of Bengaluru. Let me go across to my colleague Shrija for further understanding of what really happened. Shrija, good morning. This was, of course, extremely crucial to see because Bengaluru was one of the areas which, in fact, was lauded for its testing strategy. It had done exceptionally well in terms of containing the situation. What went wrong? Why are there so many cases being reported every single day?
Good morning, Apurva. Well, that's right. In fact, remember, we have noticed over the last 2 months where Bengaluru model has been lauded, but now that has come crumbling down. The only one of the reasons what we understand is with the unlocking that had happened, because there are several reasons to be looked at, because just yesterday, Bengaluru reported the biggest spike ever, the first single-day spike that we're talking about, which stands at nearly 2,375. Now, this is the single-day spike that we're talking. Just in one particular day, we saw over 2,000 people testing positive. Now, there are several reasons or factors that are contributing to especially the spike in cases that we're looking at in the city of Bengaluru. One of the reasons what we understand is that once when the unlocking that happened on 30th of June, remember, that's one of the main, in fact, points to be understood right now. On 30th of June, we see that Bengaluru city reported that nearly 4,555 cases, and during the unlocking too, we see that we have reported, this is in the month of July 14th, we have reported nearly 20,000 cases, which means it's a 10-time jump that we're talking about. So this has been the situation here in the city of Bengaluru. To understand, in fact, broadly what really led to the spike. Remember, Karnataka was the first state, especially Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa, he is the first Chief Minister in the country to ask or tell that we are back in business. Secondly, in fact, Karnataka was the first state to introduce the inter-district trains. And then we saw there were several huge surge in people coming in from various states entering Karnataka as well. And also one of the main reasons that we're talking about, once when the relaxations came in, we saw several people coming out in large numbers. We also saw how the police could not really manage, because it is only now that we see at various vantage points where marshals have been deployed, and now they are initiating actions. But even if they are initiating actions, remember, it should come from the public, because even now we continue to see various violations such as people not maintaining social distance, people not wearing masks. So these are the various factors that contributed to the spike in cases. Now, really, if you're looking at what is the plan of the Karnataka government, we see we are already into day 2 of the lockdown. What we are looking at right now is for the next couple of days, at least for another 5 to 6 days, the lockdown will continue. This is going to be very crucial for Karnataka government to analyze the next couple of days whether they have been able to contain the spread of coronavirus or not. Back to you.
All right, Shrija, I request you to stay with us at this point. We're getting some news that's breaking this minute. All right, so the BBMP mayor has now said that the lockdown must be extended by 1 week, and the lockdown extension will further help in fighting the coronavirus battle. The BBMP mayor, they're also suggesting that the lockdown extension proposal has been now sent to the government. That's the latest now coming in at a time where we're looking at the rise in the number of cases, a single-day rise of almost 2,000 that was reported yesterday. Let me bring my colleague Shrija on this as well. Shrija, while you were telling us about the various reasons why there has been an increase in the number of cases, it looks like the BBMP mayor has now suggested that the lockdown must be extended by 1 week, and the proposal has now been sent to the government as well.
Well, that's right, Apurva. In fact, remember, this was one of the major reasons why we understand because of the surge in cases. We saw several of the MLAs had, in fact, demanded the Karnataka government to announce a lockdown. Several of the trader associations in Bengaluru, they had called for a self-imposed lockdown. So these are the various factors which, in fact, triggered, especially the Karnataka government, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa, after they have understood that they have completely failed in controlling the spread, they had called for a lockdown. Now, there could be another reason also why they are looking at another lockdown again, or the extension of the lockdown as we speak. Because remember, even the mayor, this is especially in the BBMP, analyzing the entire war room that we are talking about. Remember, there are various authorities that are placed or deployed in various vantage points to understand the ground situation. So it's already been 2 days since the lockdown that we are looking at. And even after the lockdown has been imposed, if Karnataka or Bengaluru for that matter is reporting the biggest spike that as we talk about the number of cases rising to 2,365. This is the first that we are talking about, the first biggest spike in a single day, which means this could be one of the triggers why the mayor has also requested the Chief Minister of the state to extend the lockdown.